Nick Rudder from McKee's37.com. In this video, I'm going to show you how to perform a rinseless wash on a filthy vehicle. Not just any filthy vehicle, but a black truck. Now, I've had a lot of videos that showcase various methods of washing your vehicle, from a rinseless wash, waterless wash, traditional wash. Well, you guys have been requesting in the comments box that I show you how to rinseless wash a really dirty, dark colored car. Well, this pickup truck, it's a regular cab GMC Sierra. It's black in color, and as you can see, it's filthy. This truck sits outside 24/7. It's covered in dirt and grime and water spots, and well, frankly, it's in dire need of a bath. And the reason I'm washing it, besides showing you guys how to actually wash a dirty car using the rinseless method, is I need to get the paint clean because my good friend Jason from Rinseless is on his way here to film some videos showcasing the Rinseless polishing system. So buckle in, sit tight, and get ready to take some notes because this is going to get intense. Okay, so to perform a rinseless wash, there's a number of things that you need. I'm going to use our N-914 rinseless wash, which besides a rinseless solution, this can be used as a waterless, as a paint prep, a glass cleaner, interior cleaner, and pretty much everything in between. It's a phenomenal formula. And if you're not familiar with the rinseless wash, basically you wash your vehicle without a free-flowing source of water like a garden hose. There's no need to rinse it off. So you wash a panel or two, you dry it, and you repeat this process section by section until the entire vehicle's clean. You'll also need a wash bucket with a grit guard insert. This sits at the bottom of the bucket so dirt and grime is released from the grid and it's trapped here in the fins so it doesn't swirl back up and contaminate your wash water. Then you'll also need a big gold sponge. This is designed specifically for rinseless washing. It has these cross groove slits and cuts in the sponge that trap dirt and debris to keep it away from the vehicle so you don't scratch it. And then we have some Glacier 1100 drying towels. I like to use the 16 by 16 inch size for rinseless washes because they're convenient and really easy to hold on to. I have 3 of them here. And then I also have an IK Foam Pro 2 as a pre-soak solution. These guys are great. And then last but not least, as a drying aid, to add some lubrication, I'll use our Graphene Coating Wax. This is key as you're drying the vehicle to add some gloss, add some protection, and it makes the paint really slick. So you want to start off by filling your bucket with water. You notice that I have my bucket in our Carolina detailing cart, and it's advantageous for you to get one of these because if you've ever washed your car, you're familiar with bending over repeatedly to dunk your wash sponge or your wash media. This allows you to put the bucket in the cart. It's waist height, so you don't have to bend over. It saves your back, and there's a ton of room to store all your stuff. So I have about 3 gallons of water here in my bucket, and N-914 dilutes 1 ounce for every 2 gallons of water, and 3 capfuls equals 1 ounce. So I'm going to do about 5 capfuls in this bucket. And this product smells great. It's eco-friendly, and you can use it to wash glossy paint, matte paint, satin paint, vehicle wraps, and everything else. So I have my solution mixed up here. I'll take my grit guard insert, and I'll stir it up. And then what you want to do is take your IK Foam Pro 2. These are the best pump sprayer bottles in the market. And you want to submerge this in the solution to fill it up. Now, you do not want to fill it up all the way. If you fill it up all the way, there's going to be minimal room for air, so you'll be pumping it a lot more and you won't retain the pressure. So I fill it up about a little bit around halfway, give or take. And then just to create some more foam, because N-914 will create foam, I'm going to add a little bit more to my solution here. Doesn't take a whole lot. Then you simply attach the sprayer here, and you pump it up a few times, and I'll see you at the next step. The next step is to wash the truck. Now, I did allow my big gold sponge to soak for a few minutes. That's ideal. That way it really sucks in the solution and it softens up, because you want to be as careful and as gentle with your approach as possible, especially when dealing with black paint. So for demonstration purposes, on this Sierra, I'm going to wash half the hood and this fender here to showcase the before and after and just how well N-914 works to clean your vehicle. So I have my IK Foam Pro 2, and what's really nice about these guys is they're easy to pump, and if you only put half the amount of solution in the container, it'll maintain its pressure for a while. and I could realistically foam about half this truck. And they recently came out with a version called the Plus model that has a Schrader valve. So if you have an air compressor, you can use that guy to fill it up, and it works awesome. So take this, and you can see the nice, frothy, clingy foam that N-914 produces. This guy. So at this point, the benefit of using the foam is that it dwells in the surface and it helps to loosen and encapsulate any dirt and grit particles. So when you actually rub the sponge across the surface, you're already one step ahead. The whole goal, again, is to be as least evasive as possible when you're washing the vehicle so you don't introduce scratches or swirl marks. Plus, with all this foam here, every time a bubble pops, it reintroduces more cleaner. So it's worth getting one of these IK Foam Pro 2s. There are less expensive options, but the issue is that you're going to buy multiples because they just break. The Foam Pro 2, they last a long time, great quality, great customer service, and it makes any foaming, any chemical with a surfactant will foam. So wheel cleaners, tire cleaners, rinseless washes, it'll make all of them foam up so long as they're surfactant based. So I have my sponge here, and I'm going to wring out about 50% of the water, not all of it. And when you perform a rinseless wash, it might take you a few times to really get this process down pat, because what happens to a lot of people is they will wash something like a fender, they'll wash the fender and then they'll dry it. So that's a vertical panel, and then they'll wash a horizontal panel like a hood, and then the water runs over and it gets the fender wet that you just washed. So it takes a couple applications to really get the hang of it. If you're working in the garage, you can actually wash the whole car before drying it. If you're working outside, what you want to do is wash a panel or two and then dry it. Solution here. And N-914, it smells good. If you have sensitive skin like I do, you don't have to worry about drying out your hands. There's no harsh chemicals. It is surfactant based, and it has some extra polymers for lubrication. But the claim to fame for this formula is there's no gloss enhancers. It's strictly a cleaner. So if you have a coating on your vehicle, it'll clean it without altering the look or the water beading characteristics. So take your sponge, and basically you go in one direction like that. And this truck is on the dirtier side. So after doing one swipe, I'm going to flip the sponge to a clean area. And that's one of the many benefits of having a rectangular sponge like this, is you have several sides to work with. So I'm going to flip it again. One more time here. And then if I wanted to, I can also use this side as well. And that comes in handy for the real tight areas. And then just in case I miss the spot, like this, get up here in the cowl. And with a rinseless wash, if you live in a climate that's plagued by road salt and snow, the harsh winter weather, you can actually perform this in your garage. A lot of my customers up north, they get themselves a space heater from Walmart or Amazon, and they wash a vehicle in the garage, keep it nice and clean, because besides removing road salt to protect your vehicle, washing your car for most people, if you've watched this far, chances are you find it therapeutic. So washing the car in the winter is possible with a rinseless wash. So I clean that area right there. Going to take my sponge and agitate it against the grit guard insert. And N-914 will not stain your wash media, and it's designed to remove the dirt and grime to release it from the sponge. So my sponge is nice and gold again. Wring out about half the water, and then perform the same technique on this fender. So there's one swipe. You can see the dirt. I don't want to introduce this back into the paint, so I'm flipping the sponge like that. Another side. Flip it again. Take the end piece here, and normally you'd actually start at the top and go down. I know everyone is very critical on YouTube. It's like they wait until the precise moment when they can call you out on something, but that's okay. All right, so that's finished. And you can see my sponge, how dirty it is right there, how dirty it is there. So again, that dirt and grime is trapped inside the actual sponge. So there's a lot of science and engineering that goes behind a product like this. Agitate it against the grit guard insert. And as you'll see, no more dirt. Nice and clean, nice and gold. Very nice product. So normally I would actually wash the entire panel before I would dry it, but this is for demonstration purposes. I want to show you the before and after. So I only washed half the hood, and of course I washed this fender here. So, and then the next step is to take your drying aid, which, as I explained earlier, I use the McKee's 37 Graphene Coating Wax as my drying aid. Our Fast Wax is another fantastic option for this. The Graphene Coating Wax, the reason I choose it is because it lasts the longest. It leaves the paint very slick and very glossy, and it just smells phenomenal. A little bit goes a long way, and it's a great value as well, considering the gloss and slickness. So you take the product, and you want to do a couple sprays on the surface. You want to have an ample amount of product to actually cover the panel, so it adds protection, and it smells wonderful. Take your Glacier 1100 drying towel, fold it 4 ways, and this towel is actually 2 towels sewn together, and it's what you call a split weave microfiber design. So when you feel it and look at it, it's similar to like a terry style towel, like a bath towel, but it's not as aggressive as terry, but you still have those stout fibers that really absorb all the solution in just 1 or 2 passes, and it won't scratch the paint. So you get what you pay for. Buy high quality towels. Throw away that chamois you inherited. You don't want to use it for anything. So here's the towel, and not a whole lot of science behind drying it. This truck has absolutely 0 protection on it, which is why we're going to polish it. So if your car is like ceramic coated or if it's waxed, then it'll dry in 1 pass. With this thing, there's nothing on it. This is the perfect vehicle for a polishing video. And as I'm drying it here, I'm avoiding the adjacent panel because I don't want my drying towel to touch this panel because it's dirty, and that's going to make my drying towel dirty. So you want to avoid doing that. Flip the towel over, and see here, it's pretty much 95% dry, and the wax is flashing. That's one of the many benefits of the graphene coating wax, is even when you're working on a vehicle that has 0 protection like this truck, it's still really easy to use. That's how you determine the effectiveness and the quality of a good spray wax, is by when you're working on something with no protection, is it easy to wipe off? Does it flash? Because when you're working on something that's ceramic coated or graphene coated, pretty much anything works well, but this is the real test. So that's it. The paint is clean, it's shiny, it's protected, and when Jason from Rupes gets here, it'll be ready for polishing, and then we're actually going to apply the McKee's 37 Graphene Pro Coat to this GMC Sierra. So if you have any questions, please don't be shy. Leave them below in the comments box. As you'll see here with a 50-50 shot, it's absolutely incredible just how well a rinseless wash works for cleaning your vehicle. It's safe, it's effective, it doesn't take a whole lot of time. If you live up north, you can wash it in the garage, or if you don't have a garage at all and you live in an apartment complex, then you can wash the vehicle in your apartment complex. Or if you're like my friend Bo Davenport, he washes his Mustang at a car show because he drives, for an hour, car gets to the car show, it's dirty, he gives it a quick rinseless wash. So if you have any questions, leave them below in the comments box. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, click subscribe, turn on your notifications bell, and most importantly, shop at McKee's37.com. Thank you so much for your support. Take care, God bless. I have to finish the rest of this truck, so I'll see you in the next video. Bye.